Good evening, Arsenal fans, and welcome to the Big Sunday Show, the flagship show of this channel. In the intro there, it says, see what you do under pressure. And today, I think we did really, really well. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, let me introduce my guests for this evening's show. We have Richard, Mark, and Brian. How you doing, boys?
Really good.
I'm slightly good.
Slightly good.
I'm slightly good. Slightly good.
Okay.
Be humbled, guys.
I'm not eating any pie, mate. I'm not eating any pie.
So I'm not cooking any pie tonight.
No, we're having lamb.
Oh no, I'm meal prepping, so whatever y'all want, I got.
We've got it all covered.
Brilliant. Be eating good tonight, bro.
Yeah. So hopefully Daniel might be joining us later. If he does, we'll get him to join in and everything. What a day, guys. What a match. Well, I'm absolutely blown away. I'm still buzzing. I know Mark is. Brian, you must be. Richard, you must be. Right. So let's see. Richard, your thoughts on the match, please, fella?
Well, we got that early goal. We then controlled that first half really well. We took our chance to attack and press when it was appropriate. Went in at half time, that goal up. Came out second half. Maybe we weren't completely switched on. They equalised. And when we got a bit fortuitous with Partey getting a deflection off Stones, but then from about 65 minutes onwards, we just sniffed blood and took our chances really well. It was sort of, as soon as there was a chance or half chance came up, we took it and were clinical, which is something we haven't been able to say for some games this season.
That's cool. I mean, on the watch along today, you were all there at moments, during it. We had 2,500 viewers. I mean, it's the best watch along I've done yet. Go on then, Mark. Do it in your own unique style. Tell us how you feel, bro.
Bro, there's no words. There's no words. I get to see when I watch an Arsenal game, I get so emotionally involved with it. Honestly, I get so tired afterwards. I love it so much. My passion's there, everything's there, and I did see the highlight I'm going to take from today. It's like, forget that we smashed Man City 5-1. And by the way, we smashed Man City 5-1.
Oh yeah, thanks for letting us know. Yeah.
We smashed them.
Yeah. And it could have been more. It could have been more, guys. Remember that.
100%. But I remember going back, and I think I was the first person to say it. Miles Lewis-Skelly was my guy. I even said that he had higher stocks than Ethan. I said that way back up. I went to the Bolton game and I was excited to see him there. I've watched some of the academy, and I watched Miles playing there as a lefty, and honestly, this kid is unbelievable. And today I saw him carrying Haaland on his back. He's a teenager. Haaland's a monster. Let's not kid ourselves. He's a monster. And he carried him on his back. He turned his body, put him down, and the celebration as well. Honestly, Des, this is going to be a harsh show tonight because emotionally I am driven. Oh man, this is just what a day. And this proves to every Arsenal fan, I don't care if one person's watching or 2,500 people are watching, I do not care. Our issue is not our manager. Please believe that, guys. The results are there today. Brian's going to be jumping up and down tonight. doing a bit of cooking. He's going to give us some fajitas, some nachos. We're doing nachos tonight. Is there some lamb there, Brian?
Brian, take it away. What do you think? But can I just say before you do one thing? Sorry, one thing. I apologise. Boys became men today. Boys became men, and that means a lot to me. Go ahead, Brian. It's your time, bro.
Yeah. So, like, I really can't add, much more than that. Like, Mark, you're 100% right in that. Yeah, we became men today. Like, we took City's worst, and we're like, nah, fuck that. You're not coming into our house and trying to slap us around. Like, it was really, really good to see. Like, this was the Arsenal of old. Like this almost looked like Wenger ball, where we were on the front foot, where we took our chances. This is our Arsenal. This is our Arsenal.
100%.
Well said,
Brian, I want to argue with you. Can we not? We need to find something to argue about.
It's all right. We've got KSE coming up later.
Ooh, all right, we got this. We got this.
We've got Mark. Don't you panic. We've got it all covered, bro. We got it all. We're all cheerful. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so let's talk about the goals. Okay, so my captain, Martin Odegaard, scores the first goal. No greed from Kai Havertz. Simple goal, but an effective goal because it settled us down straight away. Brian, start, bro.
So yeah, I was really, really pleased with how Kai Havertz was unselfish on that. I mean, it was an excellent run into the box for Odegaard to get where he was. But you got to have that situational awareness, and I think it really spoke well to Havertz's confidence actually to say, no, I don't want to shoot it here. I have the guy coming on the back shoulder for the easy tap in. As far as are we going to the other goals yet, or are we just talking to Odegaard?
No, we're just going to do them one at a time if that's okay, mate.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. It was a great run. Like, it just shows the intelligence of Odegaard. I mean, we've seen it countless times, but this really showed it. And like I said, Havertz was really, really smart to make the play that he did.
Richard, your thoughts on the first goal?
It was great. I mean, you had the ball and the tackle from Royce to get squeeze out to Havertz for a presence of mind and the touch to set Odegaard up and Odegaard put it away. I mean, that is Odegaard's 35th goal for us, and that moves him too clear of Mesut Ozil 33.
Right, Mark, I just want to say, Leah, thank you for joining us. Effing yes, come on, you Gunners. Good girl, well done. Thank you for joining us. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. If you're on other formats, please do the same. Mark, I want your opinions on the first goal, and then I'm going to say something about Odegaard. So give me your opinions, please, mate.
My opinion on the first goal was that I popped out. It was like I came off to the stream started for the watch along, and I was on for 20 minutes while Richard had done some technical issues that he had, and so I stayed on a bit longer. North London Forever was getting played in the stadium. I thought, dive to the shop, grab a bottle of wine, grab a couple of other bits and pieces, come back in, 1-0 to Arsenal. I'm like, I fucking missed it. I missed it.
You should have gone down the shop 15 times during the game, mate.
Mate, I was thinking that. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? But I didn't see the goal, so I can't come. I've seen the highlights of it, obviously. But the commentators were saying, or Gary Neville trying to shoot down Kai Havertz was like, he should have shot. His confidence is gone. He's shot. There's nothing left in him. All that shit. I shouldn't even be mentioning that fucker's name on this podcast at all.
Well, it's all right. It's all right.
But Yeah, like it was a brilliant goal by Odegaard, and do you know what? Odegaard needs that as well. These guys just need a bit of confidence. We know it's the same team as last season, so I'm not going to ramble on too much or waffle on too much. But brilliant goal, great closing down, brilliant pass from Havertz, great goal. Simple as.
See, for me, it was a great way to start the game. But I've got a message to the fan base that say the ones that said, "Oh, he's a Real Madrid reject. He's not good enough. He's not good enough." What are you saying now? Yeah, because I tell you now, he's good enough. He's as good as KDB. No bother, and I don't care what anybody says. Anyway, we're on to the second goal, which is not for us, but we have to talk about it because it's part of the match. I will say this. I felt that we gave Núñez too much space. Yeah. What's this? Okay. Have you seen that message there, Mark? Just want to bring it to your attention, mate. All right. Okay. So, sorry, I'll carry on. I was on about the Núñez pass to Haaland scoring. We gave him too much room at times, and that's not taking anything away from Lewis Skelly. We gave him too much room, and Haaland being Haaland, he just took his opportunity when he could, you know. So, Brian, are you there, boy? Get your thoughts on the Haaland goal.
Haaland was Haaland. Like it was actually an excellent move to get around Saliba like that. You know, it's really hard to get goal side of Saliba, and you know when you get that close, a world-class striker like that, you're not going to miss. Ordinarily, I would try and look for fault with Raya's positioning or anything like that. I really didn't see it. You know, it was about as perfect a header as you could get. You know, and things happen. It was 1-1. You know, and in retrospect, looking back on it, who gives a shit? You know, but I did get a little scared when that happened. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, Mark, go on. Your turn on the Haaland goal. Thoughts?
Haaland, come on, it's got Saliba actually did it. It was Saliba. You let him get in front of him, and it's not like Saliba to do that. And it was gutted. It was him. Like it could take any City player scoring, not fucking him. But yeah, the cross came in, and it was totally Saliba's fault. There was no defending that whatsoever. But fair play. We move. Saliba's allowed a mistake now and again. That fucker only had one. He had 3 touches in 38 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But we know he only needs 1 touch to score.
Tanush, I just want to say, I thought you were great white sharks. Well, today I tell you what, you were goldfish, mate. Goldfish. But thanks for joining. Thanks for joining our channel. Thanks for joining in the chat. That's what it's all about. You're entitled to your opinion. That's cool. So,
these people love following me. It's just like, honestly, it's almost trolling.
It's all right, man. Let him do his thing. Let him do his thing. Don't worry.
Bro, could you do me a favor? Could you just go over to YouTube? Make sure that you press like and subscribe.
Yeah, do that for us, and we'd appreciate
it. And then I'll give you 20 quid for living rent free in your head, bro. Keep following me. Keep following me. If I rattle you that much, keep following.
Richard, you said that you expected them to score to me during the watch. You expected them to score today during the watch along. But give us your thoughts on the Haaland goal, mate.
Well, brilliant cross from Savinho. You look at it 2 ways. Was it good movement from Haaland, or was it Saliba switching off? I'd say it was Saliba switching off for a second. But Haaland takes his chance, heads it back across goal the way Raya's just come from, and Raya doesn't get anywhere near it. And at that point, you're thinking, right, will City put us under immense pressure and turn their season around? And they didn't. So,
Just so you know, Tanush, we know it's banter, mate. Don't worry. We know it's banter. Don't worry. That's what it's all about. So then we
No, I
come.
will drop him 20 quid. I will
Oh.
drop him 20 quid. Honestly, just to get me, bro. I'll do it. Bring your head. Bring your head, bro.
Anyway, so thanks for that, Mark. So we then move on to the Partey goal. Mate, honestly, Partey today on fire. On fire. Controlling that midfield with him and Odegaard and Rice, just the three of them is almost perfection. But that block out and that shot on goal and just rubbing off of Stones' back, just icing on the cake, really, you know. Richard, go on in. Tell us about the Partey goal and what you thought at the time.
Well, I think the interception was brilliant. He still kept it under his control. He gets lucky that the shot deflects off Stone's back and wrong foot Ortega, but it was still a good shot, good goal, and you'll take day long how they go in, as long as they go in.
That's the truth, my brother. Brian, I've realised you can multitask. It's amazing.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Honestly,
I'm trying.
Blake's doing this podcast, walking the dogs. He's putting
Right.
against the bed.
Right.
I have done that. I have done that.
He's a genius. This guy's a genius. Honestly.
All with the White House background. What more could you want, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Andy's nice looking. They're like Brian.
Nice.
God, Mark, we're supposed to hate each other, man. Like the bromance.
I'm trying. You're not getting me anything. Bruv,
Brian,
you're giving me nothing.
Brian, do you know what he's trying to do tonight? He's trying to make friends and influence people. That's what he's trying to do.
You know, like just send me your Venmo so I can send you rent.
So, Brian, what I'd like you to tell me is what you thought about the Partey goal, please.
All Partey does is score bangers. Like he does that like it's fun to do. Yeah, there was a big deflection, but I'm not going to say that ball wasn't going in anyway, but with the way Ortega had been playing, it was 50-50 at worst. You know, like you were saying, Partey was boss in the midfield, like just being where he needed to be, knowing where he needed to go after being where he needed to be. Like he was class tonight. He was class tonight.
He was. He definitely was. He was. Yeah, I agree, because I feel with Partey, it's either in the back of the net or it's in Rose Ed. Do you know what I mean? The Pigeons need to wear crash helmets, you know? Mark, give me your thoughts, mate.
Oh, do you know what? See, when Patty picked the ball up, I was just like, hit it. I'm screaming up the TV, hit it, because I know he's capable of doing it. And then, bam, he done it. And 38 seconds after the restart, he scored that goal. That's the stats. 38 seconds. Thomas Partey just said to Man City, quiet, we'll take control.
Stay humble, boys. Stay humble. You know,
it was like you could not get the timing any better. But yeah, Thomas Partey's got that in him. He's got that. Do you know what the horrible thing is? And I'm crying out for Arsenal to try and sign someone that could do it. But Thomas Partey is our only player that is willing to hit one from 25 yards or 30 yards out. See if you get that. See if you get that in a player. You'll stop the whole block because they'll close down the space.
Yeah, it's true.
Man City did not close down Thomas Partey because they're like Arsenal never take shots from 25 yards. They don't do it.
Yeah.
But Partey did. And it was what a banger, mate. What a banger.
Richard, are you with us? Oh, he's gone off for a moment. That's fine. I just wanted to say as well, today, the press we were doing today was machine-like.
I was disgusting.
You know what I mean, guys? We were pressing everything. If Arsenal was a laundry, we would have pressed sheets and trousers for everybody today. You know what I'm saying? We would have the press is just crazy how we do it. How we do it.
It was disgusting.
It was, mate.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Honestly. See the way that we folded back into shape. Oh, honestly, these guys were pressing trousers, putting suits out for everybody in the UK and across even America. Brian, your suit's sorted for work tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's funny because my grandparents actually owned a dry cleaners when I was growing up, and yeah, Partey would have been able to slot right in there.
I mean, that press today, Odegaard, he's a pressing machine, isn't he? You've got to give him that. He is a pressing machine.
Havertz as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can't knock anybody in the team today. So we're going to move on to the third goal, which I believe is the Skelly goal. Yeah? I'll just give my little breakdown on it, and then I'll ask you guys what you think, okay? I'll ask Richard has obviously had to go off and do something for a minute, but that's fine, okay? The build-up play to Lewis Skelly's goal. I was, you know, when you foresee something, you know, you just know it's going to happen. It was one of those moments, and when Skelly gave it to Trossard, and then Trossard gave it to Rice, and I just knew he was going to put it through to Lewis Skelly. And you know this, boys, because we say it all the time. Thank you, Tanush. It was a great goal. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Right? I'm going to say this. As soon as it left Skelly's foot, I knew it was going in. It was one of them, boys. But the build-up play was amazing. Go on, Mark. I'll let you go first on the Skelly goal, mate.
I'm take credit. I never get flowers. Never ever do I get flowers. But I said a way back that Lewis Skelly was the kid out of our academy. I believe in Ethan. I think Ethan's amazing. I think he's honestly. I think that he's that guy. I honestly do. But I watched Lewis Skelly, and I am going back to start the season. And I was saying this. I said it on Arsenal Spaces. I said it on here. I've said it everywhere. Lewis Skelly is my guy. See when he scored that goal, Des? It was the closest I've ever been to tears since my son was born. Okay. And I'm not kidding you. I was actually emotional. When he banged that in, I was emotional. I was like, and then he done that celebration as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did it blow your mind? Did it?
Oh mate, this kid is actually humble as you could be.
Oh, humble. That word gets thrown around quite a lot, doesn't it?
He is humble. It's like nothing's getting in his head. 6 foot Haaland on top of him, and he rolled him like he was on a roundabout, or did you know, a seesaw in the park. It's like, bro, you want to have
they got played today, bro. They got played.
Oh, mate, it was so. Lewis Skelly's goal, touch, vision, insight. My God, this kid is the real fucking deal. You could give me the shit of Yamal, everybody under the sun. I'm telling you, Lewis Skelly goes into a lefty Arsenal Football Club. Europe will have an issue. They'll have an issue. You think Stack is good? Keep watching, bro. Keep watching.
Well, hello, Gooner70. Justice finally against the corrupt money-wielding cheats. Simply beautiful stuff. Couldn't agree more. And Tanush is claiming it's the only thing we'll celebrate. So if it's the only thing we celebrate, Tanush, I'm going to celebrate the hell out of it, mate. So don't worry about that. That's cool. Right, Richard, because you've been away. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the Lewis Skelly goal, mate. What are your thoughts, bro?
We're talking about Brian cooking sheep.
Well, I think it capped off a really good display. Really nice cut back, and then shot into that far corner. I do think Ortega should do better there. He got a hand to it. You should be keeping it out if you keep your hand to it. But take nothing away from him. He's been absolutely brilliant since he's been given his opportunity, and he deserves his place in the team.
Cool. Brian, go on. Have you muted yourself?
So it was one of those things, I was saying earlier that, like, we got our arsenal back. Like, you could see the flow of the play. Like, you could almost, it's not like you were clairvoyant or anything like that, but you could see where that pass was going to come. You could see where MLS was going to go. You could see where he wanted to put it. And, just like him being able to see that and him being able to execute it. Like, I think that's really what kind of started the City downfall, and then, leaking in goals, because they were like, oh shit, this kid just banged one in on us. What the hell are we going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's cool. So Guna70 says, and as good as all the goals were, a shout out to Partey and Rice, who were monstrous in the midfield and controlled the game. All three of them, Guna70, controlled the midfield, mate. All three of them. Yeah, I totally agree with you. They do deserve a shout out. That's why it's going to be so hard to pick man of the match later on with these guys, I guess. So, right, we've done the Lewis Skelly goal, so now it's on to the Havertz goal. One thing we did last season, guys, was we got the ball up the pitch really, really quickly. And for me, the Kai Havertz goal was like, that happened today, what we used to do. It went from Raya to Martinelli. Nice little pass off to Kai Havertz, and then just put it past the goalkeeper. And I've got to say, not that I would have beaten him up for it, but it made up for the mistake attempts on the first goal. So, I'm glad he scored. Daniel, good evening. How you doing, bro? Welcome.
Stay humble, huh?
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Stay humble.
Good evening, guys.
So, just because you've come in, Daniel, give us your thoughts on the Kai Havertz goal, please, mate.
See, before Daniel does, can I just apologise to the viewers for the ugly album that I got? The owner of the channel is an IT expert, and every time that I put my camera off, his face comes up. So, guys, I'm not trying to blind you. I'm not trying to scare you in any kind of way. It's not. I'm trying to stay humble here. Daniel, come up, bro.
Daniel, give us your thoughts on that Kai Havertz goal, brother.
Oh, good evening, guys. Please, before I start, I just want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I just want to give out my condolence to the fans of Ashanti Kotoko. One of their fans today in the game against Notre Dame was stabbed, and he unfortunately lost his life in the game.
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, such things shouldn't be happening in the game of football. Football is a game of love, and I hope the families are connected to the police, and they can find whoever might have stabbed the fans to death. Right. That aside, what a great day. I
hope that kind of marks the day that we're talking about, and I hope it all gets sorted out, mate, honestly, because as you say, in the game of football, that should not happen. Yeah. My deepest condolences, and I'm sure the other lads agree with me.
Yes, definitely.
And I'm sure the chat will, but if we could carry on with the Kai Havertz goal now, mate, if you don't mind.
The goal was beautiful, but I was actually surprised Kai Havertz run to the left-hand side of Martinelli, because as a striker myself, I would rather run to this side where the ball will be played in for where Martinelli can just play the ball directly to me and I strike with my right. But I find it funny that Kai Havertz actually run outside of Martinelli. Probably he fancies himself more scoring from the side than facing the post one-on-one where he actually flat his line. So the goal was a beautiful goal, and I'm happy for him that he finally he managed to score, because I'm just imagining what the shot would have been if the game ended in a 1-1 draw after Kai Havertz missed that early chance. Mark would have been all over him. I believe Mark would have sent the police, sent the CIA, whatever, to Kai Havertz for missing that goal. So it was a brilliant goal, and it really gave us the impetus to go forward and make some substitute, which I think we needed at the time, because most of the players are suffering from playing too much game. So having the the cushion of the fourth goal really made Mika flex his muscle with the substitute, brought in Ethan Waneri, who does fantabulous. I know we're going to talk about that in the show, but it was a beautiful goal, and I'm happy he finished that goal. It was a much harder goal than the one he missed. So
Yeah, yeah.
Kahava never stopped giving. So kudos to him.
Can I just say thank you to Nush for your condolences, and yeah, we hope the family are.
Yeah, thank you.
We hope the family is safe and everything. And it's such a shame that this has happened. It puts a black mark on the sport that we love, on the game that we love. So thank you very much for your support. It's much appreciated. It doesn't matter what team you support.
Yeah.
This should not happen in football. This should definitely not happen in football. And thank you for making us aware of it, Daniel, because I didn't even know it had happened, mate. So thank you for making us aware of it.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
And so, Brian, the goal, mate, the Havertz goal, the Kai Havertz goal.
So I was actually really surprised that he didn't put it on the spot as well. So like just looking at it from the way I saw it, it didn't look like it was the best angle for him coming in. You know, he cut back a little bit onto his left and, you know, buried it inside netting, which was awesome. You know, and when y'all was talking about, you know, moving the ball forward, that's something that we haven't done a lot of this year. We've played slow. The ball always moves faster than the player, and we boom, 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 move it forward. And I think that's really what gave us the goal right there. I don't even think it was really individual brilliance, even though it was, you know, a really good finish by Havertz. You know, I think that almost looked like a team goal to me. That almost looked like a team goal to me.
Okay, cool. Richard, go for it. Go for it, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to echo pretty much what the others said. That he's got that ball. He's chopped inside. He's put it into the side netting on the opposite corner. Good goal. But what you don't realise is that 6 goals, 2 assists in 11 home games for him this season. So that's 8 goal involvements in 11 games at home this season.
Okay. Mark, have you got anything you want to say about the Kai Havertz goal?
Just do you know what? I'm just so happy for him. Kai Havertz, for me, is best when he doesn't have time to think. The chance he missed in the first place, he had too much time to think, and yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, bro. So I'll leave it at that.
What an eloquently way of putting it as a Scotsman. I mean, it's really hard to say the word beautiful for a Scotsman, isn't it? So it's, you know.
Well, I think some's beautiful.
So we have one more goal, and I've got to say this kid has scored 2 world-class goals in a week. Would you not agree, lads? 2 world-class goals in a week. Ethan Waneri. The sky is the limit. The world is his oyster. Okay. So let's see who we're going to go with first. Mark, I'm going to go with you first this time. The Ethan goal, mate. Give us your thoughts.
Do you know what? How do I keep this clean? How can I keep this clean?
Don't ask me. I'm just the host.
It's porn. It is unadulterated porn. That is all it is. Like, honestly, if I have to, I'm just constructing a tweet that I'm going to put on Twitter where I'm going to have to watch the 90 minutes back repeatedly, and if I go blind for watching porn, then it is what it is. It's sex. Ethan's goal was an absolute banger. This, oh my God.
Ethan equals Messi. Nice.
Oh, and it's just, what can you say? Startman,
Statman.
Judy, 2 worldies by 2 teenagers in the same game in the Premier League.
When did that last happen, Richard? Do you know?
It's never happened for Arsenal. Whether it's happened for another team, I don't know, but it has definitely not happened for Arsenal. No 2 players under 18 or under have scored in the same match for us.
Before I go on to the next person about their breakdown, could someone please give Mark a tissue? I think he needs one. All right. Can I also say Guna 70? Oh, Daniel came prepared.
See, now we know what's going to happen next time Mark turns his camera off.
I just want to go to a couple of the comments. Guna 70. Kai gets too much unnecessary stick. He's a great addition and needs the fan support. Totally agree with you, mate. Ethan equals in the next Messi. I think he could be better than Messi, but yeah, that's cool. Okay, Richard, I'm going to come to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need your breakdown of the Ethan goal, please, my friends.
Well, the guy's been on the pitch, 2-3 minutes? And
yeah,
he receives the ball from Declan Rice, which, by the way, what a crossfield pass that was. And then he's got still a hell of a lot to do. He comes inside. We've seen that finish from him a few times. We've seen it from Saka as well. Likes to come in on that left foot and bend it into the opposite corner. And what a finish. And what composure for
you wouldn't know these. You wouldn't know these kids were 18, would you? You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. You genuinely wouldn't know. Are you finished, Richard? Do you want to say any more? No. Okay, cool. Daniel, take it away, mate. About the Ethan goal, please, fella.
I just have to applaud the young man. For what he's doing at that age, 17. It's not showing any sign of fear, any sign of feeling inferior. He's trying to make himself present, and I love the celebration. He does the Saka celebration. Remember when Saka scored the goal, I think against Manchester United. He went and just did the celebration. Yeah, I love the arrogance in our young players. They're trying to make themselves known. Remember, Erling Haaland was asking Miles Lewis Kelly the other time, "Who the hell are you?" I think Miles Lewis Kelly today just introduced himself to him if he doesn't know him already. So I believe he just introduced himself to him already and telling him, "Yes, I'm here. I'm Miles Lewis Kelly."
Remember,
I think the last team who had a player 17 under to score for that, I think it was Everton, Victor Anishebe, and one other player. I've forgotten the name. There were the 2 young players that scored for Everton, I think. Arsenal. This is the first time. So it was a beautiful goal, nice goal, and icing on top of the cake. And result like this makes my heart so happy, so glad. I remember last season when we did that to Chelsea. I need us, because we've suffered so much in the hands of these guys, these top teams. When we were shit, they give us 6, 5, 4. So I'm so happy that Arsenal capitalized on Manchester City being down and really accept the authority to make them know, "Hey, mate, we are better than you this season. So you stay humble and go back to wherever you want to be. Go back to the Etihad. But we may need your favor when you play Liverpool in a few weeks' time. Then you can put all your anger on Liverpool. But right here, right now, this is the Emirates, and it's in Waneri. Kudos, the world is at your feet, and you can be the best of what you want to be. Just stay humble, and the sky is the limit, or the sky is a stepping stone for each.
That stay humble has been used a lot tonight, but it does mean a lot, doesn't it? Brian, over to you, bro.
Yeah, I think it was a mindset goal. I think it was a mindset goal. You know, Ethan Waneri, he goes out there and he plays with a freedom that you don't see all the time. I think we were talking about it a few weeks ago, talking about when Waneri was coming on to replace Odegaard when Odegaard was still had a knock or whatever like that, and he plays with an arrogance. You know, he plays and he says, "Check this shit out. You know, hold my beer." And he says, "Hold my beer," and you're holding his beer for a reason. I mean, I really can't, add anything tactical wise to anything we've already said. I really just think it's a mindset goal where he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna score," and he did.
That's cool. I suppose we also have to bring up today the saves that David Raya did today were world-class saves.
I'm glad you're bringing that up, because sometimes we tend to forget those moments, and I'm glad you're bringing that up. As Karen, sorry.
You're welcome, Daniel. You're welcome. No, because me and Richard obviously did the rush along this afternoon, and we were saying at the time, those saves are as important as the goals, so they need to be mentioned. Do you know what I mean? And all it did was frustrate Man City even more, But my favourite one, I think he did 2 or 3, but my favourite one was how quick he got down to his right-hand side so quickly and stop that.
For the deflection shot.
He's David Raya's hands are so strong. I've got to say, if you look at Ortega as an example for the Lewis Skelly goal, he gets a hand to it, but it just straight through him. Where David Raya was like today, nah, you're not getting anything. All right, Haaland did. Okay, messed up the clean sheet. But anything else, I'm claiming it. I'm taking it. You're not getting past me. Richard, give me your thoughts on the saves, and I'll go through each one of you if that's okay. Yeah.
I thought the second one was the better of the two. The first one, really strong hand, loops up, hits a crossbar, and we clear. The second one, it's come through Saliba's leg. It's taken the deflection off his left ankle, and it's going in that near post. Raya gets down and gets a nice strong hand to get that away. And that save for me was the world class one out of the two, because they're ones that can go in, and you can forgive a keeper for conceding a goal from something like that.
Okay, before I move on to the next person, I just want to go Guna70's comment. He makes a good comment. Raya is a beast. Raya is a beast. Can do nothing all game and then produce something from nothing, which is the truth. He can be cold. He can be stone cold and still make saves like that. Do you know what I mean? Okay, Mark, your thoughts on the saves, please, mate.
Do you know what? That second save that he made, and it went through Saliba's legs, and it deflected off Saliba's leg and went out. See, any doubt that any Arsenal fan has ever had, and I was one of them, where we should not have replaced Ramsdale with Raya. Man, we were wrong.
We were well. Sorry to come over the top of you, mate.
We were wrong, Mike.
We were.
Daniel, I'll take it.
You were wrong.
I'll take it. I'm happy to take it. I'll take it. Daniel sitting in his green room, and the Brian's doing a bit of cooking. The Brian's coming for me as well. I can see it.
Brian's coming for you in a bit, mate, when we do the KSE stuff. Don't you worry about that. Yeah. He's getting ready, mate. He's getting ready.
He's getting the spices out the cupboard. Yeah. To see him.
And I know Daniel's a well-oiled machine. He'll come at you at some point. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry.
Yeah. I can see it coming. I'll take it.
Well then, Daniel, it's your turn. It looks like Brian's chopping something, so it's your turn. You're whisking, eh? Okay.
Yeah. Like I interrupted. Sorry for interrupting you.
No, sorry.
I'm glad you brought in the David Raya segment, because sometimes when game goes like the players, the 10 half-fit players tend to get more of the praises than the goalkeeper. As at the time Raya made those save, we were just 1 goal advantage, and Man City were on top of us, having chances, creating chances upon chances, not really clear-cut chances, but at least they were putting more pressure on us. And the save for me is the corner kick, the header. I think that one came so fast at him, and there was no time for him to reset himself. Don't get me wrong, the other save he made from I think Mamouche was also great, but the header, that corner kick for me was a top class save, because there was no time for him to think. There was no time for him to reassert himself. He just came to him straight. And if you see that ball, many a times balls like that, whenever the goalkeeper save it, it falls to the opponent and they just tap in. And luckily for us, the ball fall into the crossbar, and Mike Lewis Kelly was there to clear for us. And David Raya, for me, if I have to pick my man of the match, I would go with David Raya today, because the save he made and the time he made those saves were crucial for us. Because if Manchester City has scored in those moments where their teams were helped, boy, oh boy, it would have been a long day for us. And I'm glad you brought this up.
Daniel, yeah, I think your pick is a fair one, mate. I can't disagree with you, but there's so many men of the match. I'm going to say men of the match today. It's really hard to pick one, to be quite honest with you. But your pick for David Raya is up there, mate. No shadow of a doubt. No shadow of a doubt. Brian, go on, and your thoughts on the saves, if you don't mind.
So yeah, that reaction save where he put the ball onto the bar, that was ridiculous. And I think for the save where it was the deflection off Saliba, his positioning was actually really good. That's been one of my criticisms for David Raya, has been his positioning. He proved me wrong. Today. You know, he anticipated where the ball could go, and that was really good. The biggest thing, he did not have a howler in him today.
Yeah,
he did not have that mistake, and typically he's gonna have that one in him, and he didn't today. I think he comported himself really well.
I would agree, only because the Haaland goal, he couldn't have got anywhere near that. He couldn't have got anywhere near that. So I totally agree. Right, so we've basically covered the match. Now I'm not ending the match bits here, but it's like little things that me and Richard noticed. So let's see what you guys think. And I'm going to remind you of something that you said in the watch along, Brian, but that's coming in a moment. Yeah. What I loved today was Gabriel giving it large to Haaland, and then to see Lewis Skelly giving it large to Haaland. To me, that shows that we have no fear. We've got to that point where we have no fear, guys. What do you think? And I think I'll start with Brian this time. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I agree there. You know, we should have won that game at the Etihad. We absolutely should have, and we knew we should have. You know, we knew we got fucked by the yellow card. We knew we got fucked by all that extra injury time there at the end of the game.
Excuse me.
And we came out here and we said, no, y'all ain't gonna come in our house. Y'all ain't gonna pull that shit again. You know, I do think it's gotten over a hump, at least as far as City goes. You know, I don't think we're scared of them anymore. I don't think we should be scared of them anymore.
It's a hoodoo gone, isn't it? You know, do you know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
Go on, and Richard. You said stuff at the time, so you know, reiterate what you said or say something new if you want to. But we both noticed.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. I think the biggest thing is that we've been knocking on the door the last 4 games. You had the Charity Shield where we won on penalties. Then we had the Martinelli one with a 1-0, and you had a couple of draws there, which maybe we should have won at the Etihad. But today, going from getting that equaliser, you could have. You were expecting City to maybe put it on us for a while, but they didn't. They conceded immediately, and then we went after them. We smelt blood, and that's nice to see. They finally not that all in the players. We're as good as you. We can take you, and we are going to take you.
Well, you know, think about this too, Richard. So yes, we absolutely smelled blood. That is something that we've done that often. We've had a little bit of a problem, stepping on somebody's neck and killing out a game. I think because we were so up for this game, and because we're like, fuck you, City, fuck you, Pep, fuck you, Holland. I think that's why we kept coming, and the mindset and the result really played that out.
Good comments, guys. Good comments. I just want to make this comment. Now, I noticed there was one point, it was as if Skelly had turned to Haaland and said, read my shirt, bitch. Do you know, do you know what I mean? Read the name of my shirt. You know what I'm saying? Daniel, I'm going to come to you next. Mark, I'm coming to you after Daniel. Don't worry. What was your thoughts on the on how we reacted with Haaland regarding Gabriel and Miles Lewis Skelly? What were your thoughts, bro?
That's my turn.
Oh right, sorry, it is your turn. Yeah, go.
I love the arrogance, and I love the fact that those players, not just today, because if you take our mind back, even in the Brentford game where Ivan Toney kicked about with the boys, Mikel Arteta made sure the players remember that, and since that incident, Brentford has not gotten anything out of Arsenal since that incident. Why? Because the players, they keep grudges, and I like it. I like that pettiness. Pettiness when you go into game knowing fully well that whatever going to happen, you're going to come with a win. You're not going to lose the game. And I felt it before today game. I've been telling my friends, I've been bragging. I said, this is the stay humble derby. There's no way we are losing this game. There's no way we're losing this game. And Liverpool winning yesterday made it so obvious to me that, nah, we're not losing today. And I like the fact that we didn't uh, put our head in the mud when Ireland equalized. The team rallied themselves, got 2-1 back. And the mistake they did when we had a 1-0, they didn't do it now, because when we had a 1-0 advantage, we kind of went into our shells and trying to play on the counter. And I don't think we see the best of Arsenal when we stay back and just make the games as dull as possible. I think we're at our best when the game is like a free flowing game. And when we had when we had a 2-1, the players, I can see Martin Odegaard telling Kai Havertz and Declan Rice, let's go. We need more. 3-1, let's go. We need more. 4-1. Even at 4-1, the player was still trying to make this. We needed a statement. We needed a statement win this season because we've not had it this season. Last season, our statement win was against Chelsea when we defeated them 5-0 at the Emirates. This season, we have needed this statement win. Although we beat the shit down the lane, Tottenham. So
Yeah.
for me, that's just like a kind of ritual that always happen right now because we tend to beat them often. So for me, that's not a big deal. And we needed a statement win. And I enjoyed it so much because we've suffered so much in the hands of these guys. When we were down, Manchester City always thumped up 5-1, 4-1, 6-0. It hurts. And seeing my Arsenal doing this to them. We did that to Chelsea last season, and we are doing it to Man City now. I felt so happy, felt so proud. And this is my team. This is the team I want to associate myself with. Not forgetting, I know the Kronkis, we know you. We're not going to forget you. We're not going to forget because we won today. We're not going to forget what you are doing to this club. We need players. But that aside, it's a beautiful day, a beautiful reaction from going 1-1. And the players today have to take every bit of applause, every bit of praise because they are magnificent and wonderful. They did a magnificent game today.
Right, I don't want to throw a cat amongst the pigeons, Mark, right? But you and Daniel are agreeing again, because during the match, I believe you said it was a statement win. So Daniel's right. What have you got to say about it, bro? And sorry, let me just finish. I forgot the little bit. The Lewis Skelly and the Gabriel with Haaland, mate.
Yeah, the Lewis Kelly moment, I'll go to that before I give these guys flowers. reluctantly, I'll go to the Skelly celebration, but bro, it is. I'm like, oh, honestly, I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just the celebration.
Let's do it, Mike. Let's do it. Let's do the celebration.
Everybody do the Lewis the Skelly pose.
We just need to breathe it in. We need to breathe this in.
Are we going to start a yoga channel? Is this what you guys are saying?
No. We're going to have to. If we're going to keep agreeing on stuff, we're going to have to do yoga. There's no way around it.
I'm not digging bells for no one, right? I'm a host. I'm not a bell digger.
Des, I'm on to argue with someone, and there's no one to argue with.
Mark, believe me.
Oh, don't worry. It's coming. It's coming.
Mark, patience is a virtue. Do not worry. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Man,
Guys, I've got two more things that I want to say about the match. Okay. Number one is Arteta today. Has he finally become the master?
Yes.
Well, Mark, I'll start with you. Has Arteta?
Absolutely. If you are downplaying my manager and the adverse conditions that my manager is going through, my manager is going through, then you are insane. You're insane. The owners are not giving him the money to prepare us to where he belongs.
Mark, can I just come in there? Stop trying to kick Brian off early. Wait, Mark.
No,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Please carry on.
I'm trying to get Brian to burn his foot tonight, but
oh no, that's enough, mate.
I'm just gonna toss my bowl of potatoes, and be like, "Fuck you."
To be fair, Mike, to be fair to you, I think deep down in Brian's heart, he agrees with you that the Kroenke are not doing well. Off camera.
We'll see.
I think he does.
Be nice, guys.
You see that? Brian, come on.
No, this ain't the time, Mark. Wait.
Not the time yet. It's not the time yet. I'm saving up. Don't worry.
Go on then, Richard. What do you think about how much praise should Arteta get today, and your thoughts on it, man?
Yeah. Before I speak on Arteta, something about the game that I should have said was once we got that third goal in,
you can see Brian's a wanker start,
we can cook. City never looked like scoring. How many times have we gone to City or they've come to us, scored 2 or 3, and we've never looked like laying a glove on us? And you've got to give Arteta praise. He got the selection right. He got the subs right at the right times. And for the young manager learning his trade, he's got us up there challenging for a title. So again, you can't knock him. Whether we win a league title with us remains to be seen, but I'm hopeful we will.
Daniel, your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, before the game, Mikel Arteta said something. He was asked about the referee and what he thought about the referee Peter Bank today. There was a comment he made. He said, "It doesn't matter. The referee just has to do his job. Same way the players have to do their job. Same way the manager has to do his job." And I can tell you for free what a job Peter Banks did today.
I didn't even notice he was there, mate. To be honest, I didn't know. Can I just say one thing before you carry on, Daniel? Sorry. There's only one thing I'll pull him up on. There was a foul on Odegaard by Silva, and Silva got a yellow card for that. That's the only thing I'm going to pull him up on, though. I've got to be totally honest with you. Please carry on.
Yeah, so what if he's watching a football game where the referee does not try to make himself as the center of attraction, does not try to make himself as the World Trade Center Twin Tower, does not try to make himself like is some kind of Kim Kardashian or some kind of Lewis Hamilton in the Formula One. That's what I keep saying. When these big referees, this so-called big referees, the Anthony Taylor, the Michael Oliver, they want to show themselves as if they are the boss in the game. But Peter Banks for me today had a nice game. Nobody, no fans of both teams can complain and say, "Oh, the referee was the reason why the game ended like that." That's what we have been crying about. That's what the all of English football fans have been praying for. And I'm so happy today that we're not talking about a referee controversy. We're talking about the beautiful game. We're talking about the Coleman. Coleman, there's a way I wanted to put this word. The Coleman being the master, and the master now putting on the cones for the Coleman. That's Mikel Arteta schooling Pep Guardiola. I think this is a fifth game without a loss against Manchester City. And that's all down to Mikel Arteta. Even without the help of the owners of this club, Mikel Arteta is doing some magical job. And I think we, as fans, sometimes, most of the Arteta art fans need to sit down and think at times, because they tend to go on this guy for no reason. Then you ask them, why are you wanting the manager to be sacked? Oh, because he didn't sign Isak, because he didn't sign Benjamin Sesko. It's not Mikel Arteta's right to sign Benjamin Sesko. It's the owners of the club to sign Benjamin Sesko. And I'm so happy today that the handbrake was loose. Mikel Arteta didn't. That second half, there was no handbrake, and it just went all out, and the players carried it out, the instruction to the teeth. And I just hope this guy wins a title, because it's going to make me feel like I've completed a circle with Arsenal, because I've never really seen Arsenal win the major title. The last major title, the last Premier League title they won, I was not old enough to celebrate it. So it would be lovely that my former captain, the one who lifted the FA Cup, now manager, lifting the Premier League title or the Champions League for Arsenal. What a poetry, and what a way it will feel in the Arsenal fan base. I believe I speak for most of you in that regard.
Brian, before you go, mate, I just want to have a look at the chat for 1 second. I think this is from Guna70, who's contributed loads tonight. Thank you, Guna70. I think Arteta has got the better of Pep from a tactical point of view, but he needs to bag a couple of big trophies to put in the same category as the great Prem managers. Possibly, I would agree. But also before, Brian, oh, he's gone for a second. Oh, sorry, I thought you'd gone, Brian. Okay,
I'm here.
I want you to give me, because of something that you said earlier, Kay, and then once Brian said his piece, guys, I'm going to play a message from Seema, okay? We all know who Seema is. I'm going to play a message from her off my phone, so hopefully you'll all hear it. Brian, your thoughts on Arteta today and the success of the game, but also I'm just reminding you, you were going to say something about Pep Guardiola, yeah? So can you combine the two for me and away you go?
So I think sometimes Arteta's tactics has been afraid to lose instead of pushing for the win, and that kind of goes back to the putting our neck on people's throats. We don't really do that, and we did today. Yeah. I think that he's also starting to adjust his tactics a little bit to the players that he has. That hasn't been something that we've seen in the past, and with the injury problems that we've had, with the fact that we don't have a striker, with the fact that both of our starting fullbacks, like I don't know who the hell's playing left back. I mean, obviously Maslow Skelly, but I don't know who the hell's playing left back, day in, day out. Ben White has been out since November, so he's had to adjust, and it hadn't just been Partey at right back and inverting. He's come a long way in that. And my hot take. So everybody put on your oven mitts, everything like that, because my hot take is that Pep Guardiola is a fraud. If you look back at his teams, he stepped into a stacked Barcelona team. The little rebuild that he had to do, he had everybody coming out of La Masia. Like my stupid ass could have managed Barcelona to at least a Champions League finish with that team. Then he wins the Champions League with Barcelona. Then he goes to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich was stacked, absolutely stacked. And then he comes to Man City, and he's got dump trucks full of money. He came into a stacked team there too. Pep Guardiola is a checkbook manager. If you take him and you try and put his tactics at like Brentford, Palace, I don't know, bring him over to MLS, bring him over to Major League Soccer, put him in the best team here, and his tactics will not work because he needs the absolute world-class players to be able to execute his tactics. And if you can't execute your tactics with the players you have at your disposal, then you're not shit. I'm sorry, you're not shit.
Thank you, Chef Boyard. That was very, very, very well put. Appreciate that. Okay. Before I do Seema's message, I've got one more chat to read to you. Again from Gooner70. Great discussion, lads. Up the Gunners. Let's turn around and... what's that say?
Deficit.
Oh, deficit. Thank you. Thank you very much. I couldn't see it. Get to the final and smash the shite out the Spurs. Yeah, well, I'm all for that. I'm all for that, Gooner70. Agree about Pep. They're defo a checkbook manager. He definitely is. I agree with Brian. I really do agree. Before I ask you guys what you think of Pep, here's Seema's message, okay? It's only 10 seconds, so it won't take a minute.
Okay, third time recording because I'm so bloody excited. The apprentice has now become the master. Stay humble, Haaland. Stay humble.
You couldn't put it any simpler, really, could you? To be honest. Right, okay. Mark, do you want to say anything about Pep?
He's a wanker.
Is that all you want? Is that all you want to say?
No. He's a wanker. He's a wanker, and I hope someone gets him a straight jacket because he'll be harming himself tonight.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. That guy is abusing himself. He's hurting himself big time. Honestly, he's Pep. It's all right. Nothing else to say apart. Fuck you, City.
You've got a lot of aggression to get out tonight, bro. But it's cool.
Oh man, I'm watching porn for the next 2 days. 90 minutes repeat. Arsenal v Man City.
Daniel,
I'm blind.
Daniel, Brian will be back in a second. He's just going to sort out his family. Okay, so we'll be back in a second. Daniel, thoughts on Pep, mate?
I politely, I would disagree that Pep Guardiola is a checkbook manager because we've had a lot of managers who had good players in the other ranks and they were shite. In Manchester United, we have seen managers who have come and go with good players, but they can't make it work. It's not a coincidence to see a manager who has been this successful in Barcelona, be successful in Bayern Munich, and be successful in Man City. It takes someone who is good at what he does to be successful in the clubs he has gone to. Football is all about money. Same reason why we, as Arsenal fans, are clamoring for the current case to spend money on strikers. There's no way you want to cook a good food and you go to the market and you buy rotten tomato. There's no way you go to the market and buy rotten meat because it's not gonna go well with the stomach. So you have to get the ingredients to become who you are, become a good chef. And still, a lot of people will go to the market, buy good tomato, buy good cow meat, buy good pork meat, and still prepare rubbish, and you can eat it. But Pep Guardiola in his career has proven that he's a good manager. He's a great manager, and I wouldn't go that far to say he's a checkbook manager because money. A lot of club was spending money. Tottenham are spending money a lot but they are still shit. So it's not just the checks, not just the money, it's not just signing good players, but you have to make it work. Because if you look at the Real Madrid team, you look at the Real Madrid team when they signed the Galacticos, those were great players, but it didn't work. So it takes a good manager to make it work, and Pep's a good manager. And I won't politely disagree with Brian. It's not a checkbook manager.
So I missed a lot of that because I had to get Kieran. But yeah, looking at the Galacticos, it was 8 billion people that all cost $8 billion. But that was more managing personalities. That wasn't tactical. Like that was all individual brilliance. And Pep doesn't have to manage personalities really. Like his tactics are very complicated. I will absolutely agree there. But you can't execute those tactics if you don't have world-class players. Like you just can't. Like I couldn't go out there and play the way that Pep wants me to. I mean, I'm 43 years old and have, metal from my left knee to my left ankle. But I couldn't do that. The common person, like the median Premier League player, couldn't go out there and do that. That's why you spend $100 million on Jack Grealish. That's why you spend the 55 million plus all the hidden money on Holland. That's why you need those super expensive players that do have, those better physical attributes than other players do. I can't do it without those players.
I get you. I get what you're trying to say, but you still have to understand the reason why we've not crossed the finish line. It all depends on the players or the quality of players we have. Am I right? We've been crying for a striker that can score 20 goals a season because the one we have is not the top notch. It's not the one that can get us across the line. You still need those players to get across the line if you want to be successful, if you want to win big things. That's what I'm trying to say. Because at the moment right now, with the players we have, we might win trophy. We might. That's an understatement. It's a conditional statement. We might win trophies. But when you have those killer, when you have those world-class players, you can only make them work if you are good at what you do. Managing personalities is all about being a good manager, because you can't tell me you buy a player like Jack Grealish and you're not playing him, and you expect the dressing room you expect to still have the trust of the dressing room if you're not a good manager. You can't buy players who flop and expect the dressing room to be that when you're not playing them if you're not a good manager, because your CV as a good manager sells you even before signing those players.
Yeah, but Daniel, you can.
But that's my whole point. Like that's my whole point, though, is that Pep does have the ability to have $100 million flop. Like he has that unlimited funding, and if he was really as good a manager as we all think he is, then he would be able to get Grealish to be able to play the way he needs to play in that system, and he can't. And he can't.
Players like Jack Grealish are not the Mike Lewis Kelly of 18 years that can change. Players like Jack Grealish, it bought Jack Grealish in his prime. You do not expect players like Jack Grealish, those players in the prime, to change all of a sudden, because it's difficult for a player who has gotten to a certain age trying to change their philosophy to play the way you want them to play, because most of them are not comfortable in changing for you, changing their ability or changing their style of play. If you do not suit my pattern of play, you go to the bench. Look, for instance, Gravenberch. When he was signed for Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp didn't play Gravenberch, but Anslot came in now and he's playing there. You understand?
Okay, gentlemen. You could look at this from many different angles, and I want to look at it from another perspective. Richard, add to this conversation here. Your thoughts on Pep?
Well, you have to say, yes, he's been lucky at the clubs he's landed with the backing he's had. However, he's a persistent winner. I had a conversation with my brother who's a Man City fan. He was born in Manchester, and I said to him when they were getting Pep, he won't do what he's done at Barcelona and Bayern and those leagues. This league is more competitive. He won't make it a one-horse race. And to his fairness, he has. He has, for the last 6-7 seasons, pretty much made this a single race. He's been the most dominant, made them the most dominant team, whether he's had the financial backing or not. And you've got to say, Chelsea under Abramovich weren't as dominant as Pep with City. They had that money, they had that backing. Mourinho didn't do it, and the manager came over them. They couldn't dominate English football like Pep has. That would be my counter to you, Brian. Yes, he's had the backing financially, but other managers have, but they haven't been able to dominate like Pep has.
Well, here's my response to that. Maybe this is a little bit beyond the scope of the discussion here, but I would say that Mourinho is a better manager than Pep, and I'll tell you why. He won the Champions League with Porto with like a bunch of farmers and one guy from the Irish Third League. You know, he won the Champions League with Inter, who back then essentially had nobody. You know, yeah, he did have the financial backing, but that dude didn't spend $1 billion, pounds.
Right. Porto were the best team in the Portuguese league at the time. Jose Mourinho won the Champions League with them. And you know, the cup competition, sometimes you get the luck of the draws. Chelsea won the Champions League while being 5th in the Premier League. Liverpool won the Champions League while being 5th and almost didn't qualify for the Champions League. They had to qualify them through winning the Champions League. That was in 2005, if I remember clearly, 2005. So I get what you're saying, because Pep Guardiola need the best tools to become the best, to become the Pep Guardiola he is. Not every manager has the luxury of getting the best tools, which you are trying to say. But calling him a checkbook manager, for me, I think it's not the right word for me, because a lot of managers have gotten the checkbook and they're still shit. It's not about the checkbook. You have to be good at what you do with the players you have to become a good manager, for me.
All right. Well, let me ask this then: could Pep be as dominant as he is with our team? I know that's kind of a really, really pointed question. But
are we dominant? Are we dominant? That's a question. Are we dominant? We're not dominant, because we don't know. We do not have the calibers of players to be dominant.
And there we go. Like that is why Pep wouldn't be dominant with us, and it's not taking anything away from who we have, because we all love our team.
But that does not. Sorry, Brian. That does not equate the quality of the manager. It doesn't. For me, it doesn't equate the quality of the manager.
Well, let me ask you, Daniel. Can I ask you a question? Sorry, Richard. 1 second. Let me ask this question. If you was to put Pep in Crystal Palace, or let's see, Southampton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Southampton at the moment, and this is hypothetical, but I'm just putting it as a situation to you. If you'd have put Pep in when Southampton started to really struggle, right, and you've come up to the January window, yeah, do you think Pep could turn it around for Southampton?
No way in hell.
But it's
an hypothetical question, but I'll try my best to answer it for you.
No, it's cool. It is a hypothetical.
The only thing I can tell you is that if Pep Guardiola walk into the dressing room of Southampton today, I can guarantee you they will put more of a fight than what they are putting right now. Reason being, because it's Pep Guardiola, and the players is going to make the player work. Because if you look at every Manchester City, every Pep Guardiola team, they work hard, they run as much as possible. it's hard to watch a Manchester City team and cover more grounds than Manchester City. Going back to the time in Barcelona, they cover more ground. Immediately they lose the ball, they work so hard to regain the ball. Same thing in Bayern Munich, they work so hard to regain the ball. Same thing in Manchester City, they work so hard. So if you put Pep Guardiola in the Southampton team right now, the one thing I can guarantee you is that they will run, they will walk, and they will win more games than what they are doing right now. And
No,
because
But they
because
won't have the technical ability to do it.
sorry,
Like you can know what you're supposed to do,
no,
but if you're
running,
not fast enough,
running,
like, if your touch isn't good enough, like you're not
Right.
going to be able to execute the plan.
running,
That's
running,
the whole point.
running for the ball, tackling for the ball does not require any technical ability. It only requires strength, require your stamina. And that's what I think the Southampton team are going to do if Pep Guardiola walks into that dressing room today. The players are going to walk like horses.
Right. Can I just ask Richard what he was going to say, and we'll carry on with this, guys, because this
Yeah,
is
so-
going, this is
So
going pretty well.
my thing was, I believe Guardiola would win titles with us, Premier League titles and cups. I don't think he'd have dominate the league like he would with City, because yes, financial backing helps a bit, but I still believe he would win titles with our current squad.
Right. So let me ask another question in a different kind of way. Okay. Right. And I'm not trying to catch anybody out here. This is not trying to make people stumble or anything like this, because I know you'll give me honest answers. Yeah. Did Haaland come to Man City for Pep, or did he come for the money? Did did any of those players? How many would, if you was to stand them players on the pitch and say, right, how many of you have come for me, Pep, and how many of you have come for the money? What do you think it would be, guys? Genuinely, that's a genuine question. Now, I'm not trying to catch you out or anything like that. It's a genuine question. Go on, Daniel, because you've made quite an argument for this. I'm going to let you go first.
And if I answer the question genuinely, players go to club for two reasons: one, to win; one, to make money; two, to win.
So where does Pep, going on what you've just said, Daniel, and I'm sorry to come in on it, but going on what you've just said, then where does Pep stand with the players then? If they've come to win, and I'm not disagreeing with you, if they've come to win and they've come for the money, Brian's point seems to be a little bit stronger.
No, because you go let's use Manchester City as a case study. Firstly, they come for the money, and secondly, because they know Manchester City will win, because Manchester City will get the good players to make them win. So, using Haaland as an example, Haaland is coming to a team that just won the Premier League back to back.
Excuse me. Yeah, go carry on.
You understand?
Yeah.
Haaland is coming to a team of winners, coupled with the fact that it's going to earn a huge sum of money. So you do not go into a club where, let's say, for instance, the Bayern Munich youngster who rejected the move to Tottenham. Why? Even though the money is there, the ambition to win isn't there. The ambition to win sometimes, as a young player, cloud your judgment. But players like Erling Haaland, securing the bag is very, very important. And also, while securing the bag, you have the opportunity to win. And rightly so, he has won there in Manchester City. Take, for instance, let's look at Declan Rice. Declan Rice came to Arsenal because Arsenal just challenged for the Premier League title. And he knows that in coming into the team is going to make the team even more of a winner than what they have already. And also,
I get that.
So for me, that's the reason why players do come to club, to win and make money.
But if you're going, that's fair enough, Richard. I will come to you, and Brian, I'll come to you in a second, right? If you're going on what Brian said in the first place, and I'm going on the scale that you just gave me a moment ago, yeah, bro. Mm-hmm. You said they've come to win and they've come to money. They've come for the money. Where Pep Guardiola, Pep wasn't even mentioned. Or do you regard that this is, and come back at me as quick as you can, yeah, because I want to get the other two guys involved. But do you regard, when you say the winning, do you regard Pep as part of the winning, or is Pep his own entity? Do you know what I mean?
Pep is the cog of the winning machine. Pep is the architect of this winning machine. So with Pep being there, that's like, who doesn't want to play for Pep? Who doesn't want to play for Pep?
Well,
Most
go on what you just said. They all
Yeah,
came
yeah. What I
I'm
mean,
just-
you're coming for the winning, but Pep is the cog of the winning machine. So with Pep being there as the manager, your possibility of winning title is higher.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm not,
That's what I'm trying to say.
and as I said, I'm not trying to catch you out, bro. All I'm saying is that you obviously have your belief in it, and I understand where you're coming from. But these two guys are going to say something else. Do you know what I mean? And I just want to get crystal clear with you how you feel about things. You see what? Do you get where I'm coming from, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with respect, I'm going to move on. Richard, I want to leave you to last, Brian, because I want you to put the icing on the cake, basically, if you know what I mean. Richard, got your thoughts on what Daniel has just said?
Yeah, I get what he's trying to say. He might not have worded it as well. For me, Haaland comes to City because of Pep, and I'll tell you why.
Go on.
Because I think any other manager, an Ancelotti, a Mourinho, a Klopp at City, Haaland doesn't come. Why? Because he's a serial winner. The money will help, of course, and there's no denying that. But most players want to win stuff and want to win titles.
So in a way, hold on, Richard. Just hold on, Brian. You're agreeing with Daniel, but you're saying that Pep plays a bigger part. Am I getting you right? I just want to know that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the attraction of Pep Guardiola, a serial winner with that many titles under his belt,
right?
Knowing you're going into a team,
okay,
that is going to challenge and win titles pretty much season upon season, it is a big draw.
So, Richard, what I did there, I was just trying to clarify what you were saying, because I clarified what Daniel was saying. Do you know what I mean? And so I can only be fair. I can only be fair to all of you. Brian, it's your turn, mate. Put the icing on the cake, fella, but be as concise as you can be, please.
So I think we all agree that Pep walked into a stacked City team, right?
I would agree with you. I don't know if Daniel would, but I would agree with you.
That means that Pep is not the architect. Abu Dhabi United Group is the architect. And I get heated about this. Like, to me, anybody playing for Man City is a moral piece of shit. Your club is owned by Abu Dhabi through Abu Dhabi United Group, which is literally funded by the Abu Dhabi government. The Abu Dhabi government throws gay people in jail and makes women ask for permission to leave the country. So fuck anyone. First of all, fuck anyone that plays for Man City. Fuck anyone in the organization, because they're supporting that stuff. And I can't stand it.
Okay, so you're looking at it from a different angle from the two other guys, yeah? Am I fair in saying that, Brian?
Yes, I think so.
Brian, if Abu Dhabi decide to buy Arsenal today, you no longer support Arsenal.
Nope.
Really? Nope. That's a strong statement, Brian. I'm not knocking you, mate. But you've shocked me there, I'll be honest.
To me, like, a club represents the values that you hold. A club represents who you want to be and the people you want to associate with.
It's all right, Brian. Don't worry. Carry on.
And if the club represents something so morally reprehensible, Annie, stop. Like, no, I could not do that. I would not do that.
What can I ask? I don't want to turn this into something personal, Brian, but what makes you feel like that? Because,
and my girlfriend makes fun of me all the time.
I'm not here to make fun, mate. Just so you know.
No. No. My girlfriend makes fun of me all the time because I have these rose-colored glasses about the world.
Right.
I
Okay.
feel like people should always do the right thing because it's the right thing to do.
Which is a great sentiment.
Like
You know?
you treat people with respect by virtue of their existence.
Okay.
And the way that Abu Dhabi treats, certain people is not respecting them as creations of our higher power. And I cannot abide that.
So can I ask you another question? You are an ex we say forces in the UK, but you would say military. You're an ex-military man, yeah?
Yeah.
Does that encourage your beliefs, the way your thought process as well, or is this just because of how you feel about the football club? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, and I would say yes and no. I would say
that's
yes.
cool.
Like,
You're being honest with me. I appreciate that.
Like I would say yes because I've seen, because I've been over there and I've seen, the way people interact.
Yeah.
I would say no because even if I didn't have the experience over there and the things that I've seen, I would still feel this way. Like people deserve respect by virtue of you existing.
You're obviously a man of principle, and I can absolutely respect that. But that's why I'm asking you these questions, because I want to get it from your point of view. Do you know what I mean? Because I tell you what, Mark's gone off to do something now, and he'll be back on later. But you three guys have put your hearts on your sleeves tonight and how you feel about things, and I love that. And that's what this show's all about. Do you know what I mean, Brian? Yeah. It's not, as I say, it's not a personal poke in the eye or anything like that. I'm free talk. I'm a free talking kind of person. I don't mind what you say. It's how you say it. Do you know what I mean? And I need to understand it in the way that you understand it, because that broadens my horizons. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I cannot sit here tonight. Sorry, bro. I cannot sit here tonight and say any of you are wrong. But what I can say is I will ask the questions that try and make people, or I'll try and ask the questions that try and make people look at it from a different angle. Do you know what I mean? So we can all broaden our horizons, because that's what it's all about. Okay. So all I can say, guys, is thank you for that section of the show. Well put, all three of you, to be honest with you. And that shows how diverse we actually are as a fan base, even with just the four people that are sitting here now. Yeah. Okay. And we get slated, but arrogant Arsenal fans, that. Arsenal are always cheating. I mean, I know I'm simplifying it, but I need to simplify it now because I need to move on to the next bit. But the point I'm trying to make is at the end of the day, we all sit under the same tree, but we all sit in a different position. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So we all support the same club, but we all support it differently. Yeah. But it just shows that we can come together, and even though we're strong about the way we feel, we can actually talk about it and be adult about it, really, more than anything. Do you know what I mean?
Concordia Crescent.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. But thank you for that, because I have to move it on now. So we're going to go to the exciting part of the show, which I thought Mark was going to be here for, but obviously he's had to go off and do a few bits. Okay. I live in Newcastle, okay, which is the northeast of England. That's just to help Brian so he can get, and Daniel, so they can get a kind of picture of where I am. Yeah. Now, I read a story today that Brian Mbeumo from Brentford looks like he's going to Newcastle for £60 million or 60 million euros, whichever the case may be. Okay. Now, if I recall the beginning of the transfer window, we were looking at Brian Mbeumo. Yeah. And I know Brian will agree with me here, but I'm not too sure that you other two guys will. Now, there's Newcastle going in for Brian Mbeumo, £60 million. We could have gone in there, paid £60 million, or we could have done, and you know what's coming, Brian? The release clause. Yeah? So we're 31 days. Are we 31 days in? Oh, no, we're more than that. We're 33 days in, guys. We've still got no one coming in, right? We need a striker. We know this. I'm not going to go over all the old ground because we know it, right? Brian, you're a supporter of KSE, right? Or you have been in the past. I'm not saying you are now, but you have been in the past, right? But can you not agree that the problem in the club at the moment is the owners, because they are not releasing funds to buy players?
Conditionally, I would agree with that. Conditionally, I would agree with that. My condition would be, and Richard, like I know you're big on stats, so you can probably back check me on this, or call me out or whatever. I want to say I went to capology.com, I think, and they have public records for finances, and I think the latest one that they had was 22-23 for the season. I don't think they've done 23-24 yet. But if I recall correctly, on the overall, the club had a deficit of like 50 million pounds. What do we expect? What do we expect the club to do if they're running at a deficit of 50 million pounds? Like I agree, if we have the funding to do it, then absolutely pay a release clause. Like get your stuff done early. Like don't worry about it. But from a financial aspect, what are you supposed to do? And when it comes to them owning the Rams, when it comes to them owning the Nuggets, the Avalanche, all the teams that they own, like they're essentially all different checking accounts, and you can't shift the money back and forth based on the rules of the league, based on the rules of the NFL, the NHL, everything like that. And so, there has to be that understanding there that like it's different. It's different. I wish we had the money to pay release clauses. I wish we had the money to just be like, here you go. But at least the stats that I've seen, we don't have that right now, and that's why we have to sell players to be able to bring them in.
Right, Brian, I'm going to come back to you in a moment. I'm going to let my other guests have a say as well, but I'm going to come back to you with a kind of like a counter comment and see what you think of that, yeah? Who wants to go first? Put your hand up.
I'll let Daniel go first.
Go on, you go first. Go on.
I find it so disheartening that, Brian, you say we are in the deficit, whereby the manager of the club has been asked, is Arsenal under any PSRO kind of restriction, the reason why we are not going to sign any player? He clearly said no. Even the big accounts on Twitter, the David Ornstein, the Fabrizio Romano, they keep saying we are in line with PSRO. So I don't know where you got the start from. I've not checked it. I've not seen it. So before a club like Arsenal, what did we sign last season? I think we only had which player did we sign this summer?
Sterling.
Apart from Sterling.
Oh, Calafiori and Marino.
Okay, Calafiori and Marino. And I think we sold some players also. The likes of Eddie Nketiah, the likes of what's his name? Smith Rowe. Those are pure profits for the club. And the TVDs we have in the Premier League makes it so good that you can spend money if you want to spend money. And I think who said it the last time? Arsenal gets £4 million for every home matches from gate taking alone.
Yeah, that was Aisha, mate. That was Aisha who said that.
That. Okay, thank you, Aisha, for the stat. So I don't know where you got the stat you quoted, but
I just put in the private chat. Like I don't know how to put it up.
Absolutely.
That's fine, Brian. People can check it out if they want to. Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong.
Yeah, but let's call a spade a spade. The Cronkies are not running this club the way it should be run. We have these with so many franchises. We have the Visit Rwanda. We have these with Adidas. We have these with a lot of these. So I don't think any Arsenal fan should be on the side of the Cronkies with the way they are running the club down. Because for me, we should be going for the great player. Aston Villa just right now sold a player, and they are signing. They signed Daniel Malin. They're trying to get Rashford, and they've gotten Asensio. But here we are, Arsenal fan, and here you are, Brian, saying because we have a deficit, which I have not seen, because we have a deficit of 50 million. That's the reason why Arsenal cannot sign a player. And on the Mbeumo aspect of signing, it's a signing which I would have loved, but with the introduction of Ethan Waneri into the scene right now, and Bukayo Saka coming back, I don't think we can spend 60 million pounds on Buemo, knowing fully well that we have Ethan Waneri there and Bukayo Saka coming also. So we can use that money and sign a striker. Arsenal can pay for a release clause of Gyökeres if they want to pay. Most clubs run on credit. Most clubs run transfer on bond
Or payments over time.
or
Yeah,
payment
yeah.
on structural payment. I was hearing at the time that Arsenal wanted to make a deal for what's his name, the Atletico Bilbao player Nico Williams.
Nico,
They were trying to pay above the release clause. Reason because they wanted to structure the payment into like 4 or 5 times. So that for me, the stats you just quoted for me is not an excuse why the Cronkies are running the club the way they're running it right now. I did not get the full details of the breakdown, but I just feel as an Arsenal fan, the way the Cronkies are running the club, the way they're running the transfers, and the fact that we are not under any restriction by the PSRO, I find it so disingenuous that they are not spending money when it should be spent.
Okay, I'm gonna Brian. Before you got any comeback, mate, I'm going to go to Richard if that's okay. Go on, Richard. Give me your thoughts, mate.
So I'm going to split this into two. First bit is release clauses don't get you the player. Not in many. Spain is the only country where you pay the release clause and the player's yours. In Portugal, it gets you to sit at the table and discuss a deal with the player's current team. Same in Germany and most other countries. So putting that money up doesn't guarantee you that player unless you're going to Spain. And that's an important clarification. We have as a club have a structure with transfers. If it's not a priority target, not a number one on our list, we will not pay over the odds. We will only go to a certain amount, which is poor. Maybe it's poor, and I don't agree with it, but that's the way the club runs. Now, with the PSR thing, it's not. We have made losses the last 3 years, and it's not because the PSR that we're worried about. It's a European financial FFP for UEFA, and the punishments and the possible exclusions from that club that are a concern that we might breach them. We still should be doing something, and we can do something because I believe we made a profit on in transfers this season, and like you, Daniel, what I really hate about the ownership is the lack of understanding about how to run a British football club and getting somebody in alongside them to help them with that. And why is our sponsorship and our commercial revenue so poor compared to Man City, compared to Man United, compared to Liverpool? This is where because that would enable us to compete and go and throw money down just like that without worrying about PSR or FFP or anything else.
Quickly, Daniel. Only if you quickly.
Yeah, I wanted to say something. The owners of the club, they're forgetting something, that a winning club is more attractive to different brands. When you win, you get more sponsorship from different.
Yeah.
So if you're not ready to spend the money to become a winning machine, I don't see why a company, let's say a company like Microsoft, will want to sponsor maybe the t-shirt or sponsor the sleeve or sponsor whatever they want to sponsor. Why? Because you're not spending money to get the top players. Imagine Manchester United, whenever they sign these big players, they sell jerseys. Same with Real Madrid. You understand? But the Kroenkes, the way they're running the club as if it's some kind of a restaurant whereby you You buy, you go to the market, you buy your food stuff, and you cook the food within the means of what you bought in the supermarket, hoping to get big gates to come to your restaurant, whereby you're just going to the supermarket to buy something that's not of quality, hoping to get good food for good customers to come. So I think we should spend money to become a winning club. When you spend money to become a winning club, you get more merchandise sold, you get more sponsorship coming your way. I know, Brian, you have a lot to say.
Brian, the floor is yours, man. Go for it.
All right, this is gonna open some stuff up, and maybe this is me being an American. But what does it actually mean to run a football club in the British way? Leeds completely shit the bed when it comes to finances. You look at all the Premier League clubs, from like 10 down, like they're all financially hurting. Clubs in the Championship, they can barely stay afloat because they have to spend so much money to try and compete in the Premier League. Like, really, the only clubs that I'm really opening it up right now.
No, go for it. Go for it. That's what it's for, man. Go for it.
You have to run the club to be able to be sustainable so the club stays around. Like, sure, you can spend £100 million on whoever you want. But I want to say when Man U brought back Ronaldo a couple of years ago, they were hoping that the transfer fee was going to be counterbalanced by the merchandise sales, and it wasn't. Like that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. You run the club with what you have, and that's why I say that Pep is the checkbook manager, because he has the unlimited funding to be able to do what he needs.
Yeah, but
we don't have that.
Sorry, Brian. With respect, we're meant to be that level as well, and we're not. Let me just check. You can have the floor again.
Yeah, there's something you've forgotten. There's something Todd Bowley. Is Todd Bowley a British man or an American?
No, he's a dipshit American.
He's a dipshit American.
So is FSG a British American also? Are they British American?
FSG is American, and FSG runs their club the right way.
Oh, but do they though? Because the ground is falling to pieces, mate.
I'm trying to go somewhere. Under FSG, Liverpool signed Virgil van Dijk, right? Under FSG, Liverpool signed Darwin Núñez, right?
Mm-hmm.
Under FSG, Liverpool signed who did they sign? McAllister?
Szoboszlai?
I'm talking about the big signings.
No, you're right. You're right, and I feel like I see where you're going with this, but I'll let you get there.
I'm talking about the big signings. Under Todd Bowley, Chelsea spent money on Caicedo, spent money on Enzo. Under Kroenke, how many big signings have we signed? Kai Havertz, Declan Rice. Name.
Ben White, 50 million.
Odegaard, 35 million.
Those are standard transfers. Those are not top dollar transfer. That's what I'm trying to say.
Kai Havertz, 65.
Yes, I call that Kai Havertz, Declan Rice. So which other top signings would you say this ownership has really, really done for this club? In what way have they really helped this club to become successful? We've been crying out for a backup to Bukayo Saka before he got injured. None showed up. We've been crying for a striker even before Arsene Wenger left Arsenal. Every season we tend to have missing piece, like we just need a holding midfielder. But this owner, I don't think they see. We've been crying for his out-and-out striker for the past 3 seasons now. The owners of this club, they don't see it that way.
But then we're talking like
when Liverpool lost Sadio Mane and Firmino, what did they do? They went out to sign Diaz, Gakpo, Darwin Núñez. That's what running the club is all about. We lose Smith Rowe, lost Fabio Vieira. A lot of
Daniel, you could even say Etienne. Let me just come in on this for a sec. You could even say Eddie Nketiah, because we've gone and got Sterling. Eddie Nketiah went, right? At least Eddie Nketiah was scoring.
at least Eddie Nketiah was running, was trying to beat his man, was trying to do something.
Yeah.
But
And
I don't know. I don't know if Brian is trying to be patriotic to his countryman.
No, he's not. I don't think he is. I don't think he is at all. I just
because I don't know. I don't know if Mark were here, all four of us we have that same, if not the same way, believe that the Cronkies are not running the club in the right way. So,
well, can I just throw a spanner in, Daniel? Sorry, can I just throw a spanner? I don't think it matters what nationality you are when you run a club, right? Okay. So it only sounds worse for Brian because it's Americans running the club at the moment, right? The only thing I would say for Brian, from my point of view, is this, and I'm only going to be quick. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Brian, to compete, you have to spend money, and we're not doing it consistently, brother. Do you understand what I mean? And it's like Daniel's right. All you guys are right in your own way, but it's like there's the Premier League. We're reaching out for it, but it's always 2 inches too far ahead of us. Do you know what I mean? All right, let me use another analogy. It's probably 1 or 2 players out of our reach. Yeah, to compete. Yeah, we have to buy players on the regular. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, we all got excited when Declan Rice came in. Did we not all get excited? Yeah. We were over the moon, yeah. Like Daniel says, we need star players to compete. I agree. None of you have said anything wrong tonight. It's just that we're doing it in an adult fashion and we're not biting each other's heads off, which I think is really good. And can I just say hello, little one? It's lovely to see you.
Yeah. Can I?
Richard, go ahead.
Yeah. So what it is Josh Cronkite's comments last summer when we aren't going to be able to spend like this, and I get that, but if you need to spend 250 million to win a title, you're going to need to spend the next season at least 250 million to try and win it again. And the club, through player sales, through sponsorship, has to shirt sales and everything, has to fund itself. But you can't say we're not continue to spend that level. That sort of communication looks bad. And my comments about the English football, they've come from a business model in the States, and American football and the hockey leagues and the baseball leagues are run in a different way. Your drafts and the sort of transfers. Let's be honest, transfer fees are ridiculous, and player wages are ridiculous. And that's down on English football, but they didn't put steps in to keep it under control.
But Richard, you're also forgetting agents' fees. That's what's also still in football, agents' fees.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different nuances. And my thing with Kroenkes is you weren't 100% knowledgeable about English football and the way English football is different to the differences. Maybe you should have got top-notch advisors in to help you transition and get it correct straight up. Right. It's that frustration, isn't it? That it's taken so long to get us to this point.
Right, guys, I've got to end this show soon because we've been nearly on for 2 hours. Okay.
Yeah, just want to say so. Talking about agents fee, I have 2 good players I'm looking to sell into the Premier League. So hopefully I get some agent fee from there. I'm selling some.
But I've got to end this one soon. So I just want to, guys, we've covered some topics tonight, right? And genuinely, it's been interesting, truly interesting, right? But none of us are wrong because it all comes down to an opinion.
Yeah, opinions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is a show. We can walk away from this still friends, brothers, whatever we want to call ourselves, right? Because end of the day, Brian, if you have felt a bit picked on tonight, I haven't meant it to be that way. As long as you're cool with it, you know what I mean? And
Oh, no.
Daniel, I actually owe you an apology because last week I did you a disservice because you didn't get your actual opinion out about Michael Oliver because we went on about the PGMOL for too long. Okay?
Oh, no, you're good.
That's cool, Brian. So, Daniel, just to close out tonight's show, and you've got 5 minutes. Keep it sweet. Keep it short. Give us your actual thoughts on the.
Yeah, I gotta go. We got a diaper right here.
Okay, man.
So,
See you later, Brian.
Hi, guys.
Nice to meet you.
Take care, man. Take care. All right. Just give me your thoughts about the Michael Oliver situation from last week because I didn't give you a chance to say it, and that's on me, and I apologise. I did you a disservice there. So
Yeah. That's for me. That's past, and I don't think we should be revisiting what's gone.
no, I just want to get what you thought at the time.
Yeah,
Just
like
keep
you
it.
like you rightly said, this is a show where we're coming. We'll put our opinions out, and it's not about forcing our opinions into the truth of the other persons on the show. It's just trying to express what we feel and what we think, and everybody to his own cup of tea. Everybody to his own opinion, how they see things, how they react to whatever they've seen. So for me, I think the Michael Oliver situation is past. I want to talk about Peter Banks doing a great job today because I know when referee makes mistake in games, I'm the first to come here and tell you this referee did this, this referee has an agenda against Arsenal, this referee was shit. So I should be man enough or I should be big enough to come on the show and praise the referee when they've done well.
Fair enough.
Even on my show, the Whistle Watchdog, I think I'm going to talk about Peter Banks because it's not all about the negative of the referee. We know the English Premier League referees are shit. We know most of them are shit. But whenever they do things right, I believe people like us who hold referee to a high standard and wanting them to be good, wanting them to officiate the game without any malice, any injustice, any form of partiality, we should be able to come up and say, okay, this referee today was great. This referee did something I never thought he could do, and like you picked up. There's the only thing we'll say about the kick out by Bernardo Silva. I just say that's pettiness. The referee could have given him a yellow card, but he didn't brandish the yellow card. But things like that, it doesn't affect the game. It doesn't affect the player. There's no injury to anybody. There's no fuse about that. Even the players there, there are no complaints. So you move with that. You expect that to happen in the game, and not all the time the referee is going to blow and give a yellow card or do everything you think they're going to do. So I would say kudos to Peter Banks today, and kudos to the VAR team, kudos to the linesman, kudos to the fourth official because they didn't make the game all about themselves today. I'm calling the name of Peter Banks today because I know him already in the Premier League. But you can't hear the name of the VAR today. I don't know if anybody know who was on the VAR team today.
I haven't got a clue, mate. And as I said at the beginning, I didn't even notice.
It was Anthony Taylor, I believe.
Was it?
On the VAR? My goodness.
Right, so on that, guys, I'm going to say thank you very much. We're running out of time, so we didn't get time to do player ratings, but I don't think anybody was below an 8 today, to be quite honest with you.
No,
but I will ask you this.
Thomas Partey was below 8.
No, was he?
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I know. But I will ask you this before we go. Man of the match, please. Richard, you can go first.
I gave mine to Partey because I think overall in the whole game, it was close between 3 or 4 of them, but that goal probably just sealed it for me. With his performance.
I'm sorry, Richard. I thought you finished. I apologize. Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah, Thomas Partey was a great shot of player of the match, but he's my brother, so I don't want to go that route and say because it's your brother, you just have to support your brother.
Fine, mate. You can pick whoever you want to pick.
But I believe the man of the match today for me is David Raya. With
Good
those
pick.
crucial save at the time he made those save for me, my man of the match, my goalkeeper,
Brilliant,
David.
brilliant pick. Brilliant pick.
Yeah.
Who's your man of the match?
My man of the match.
I know you're going for Declan Rice.
No. For me, it's Partey, or I've got to say Miles Lewis Kelly.
Another great shot. Another great
Yeah,
shot. Yeah.
But
another great shout.
you made a great shout with David Raya, and I knew you wanted Partey because you told me in the watch along, Richard. So that's cool. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we go, don't forget tomorrow night, transfer show. It's going to be going on for. You're in that, aren't you, Daniel? You're going to be in it as well.
Yeah.
Richard?
I'm doing the last 2 hours, I believe. So
I told Mark I'll jump in. I'll jump in.
I believe it's 7 till 11 in the North Bank. Mark will be hosting that one, and it'll be a great show. So go in and give them your comments, do whatever you need to do. Have a great show tomorrow, guys. I want to thank you for being on this show tonight. It's been an absolutely great show. Thank you very much. Your input has been absolutely spot on, and I've really loved it. And don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, ring that notification bell, because it just helps the channel.
Yeah.
And all I can wish you is the best of you, the best for the rest of the weekend. Take care, my brothers, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, come on, you Gunners.
Come on, you guys. Stay humble.
Stay humble. Hold on 1 minute. Yeah, we're still on screen, guys. Just keep talking. If you want to, oh, Daniel's gone. If you want to say something, Richard, just keep saying.
yeah, I mean, you're right. We all have different opinions, but the job on here is to provoke thought and debate and make each other question ourselves and look at things from a different perspective.
Yeah. Well, Mark doesn't seem to want to end the show. I don't know what happens if we just leave, mate. So,
Mate, see if we just leave, see what happens.
all right, mate. If I don't see you in the back room, I'll speak to you in the week. All right, mate.
All right, speaking to you.
All right. See you later, mate. Tell Thank you for watching, everybody. Sorry about the ending, but I can't switch it off. So take care. Come on.